Good afternoon, Math 6. Okay. This video is to help you prepare for tomorrow's quiz, which is on surface area of all different 3D solids. Okay? So, you know what? Before I talk about those topics, I want to give you guys a brief review on area formulas of different figures. Okay? So, here we go. Number 1. Who's the mother of triangle? Who's the mother of all polygons? Isn't it a triangle? Okay, so that there are some dimensions, must be dimensions that we need to consider in terms of constructing the formula for its area, which is base and height of the triangle, which is often located inside the triangle. In this case, area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. Why divided by 2? We visualized that in class. Remember, finding the area of a triangle is same as finding the area of the entire parallelogram and then half it, because two identical triangles like that make up that one parallelogram. So that one triangle is half of the parallelogram. So we divide it by 2. So that's that. Number 2. This is something you guys are all familiar with already. It's a rectangle, right? So this is triangle. Rectangle, which is length times width. Okay? So area of a rectangle is L times W. This is rectangle. Number 3. Who's the king of all polygons? Don't you think that it's a square, right? Square area is. You know how square and rectangle are so similar. So I can almost label this L and that W, except for squares, length and width are always the same. Therefore, I'm just going to label this one S and that S. So instead of multiplying length by width, I can just multiply one side by itself, right? Which is same as, what does it mean to multiply a number by itself twice? It means to square it. So S squared. That is for square. Okay? That's how you find the area of a square. Number 4. Guess what else we had? A rectangle is a quadrilateral. Square also is a quadrilateral. We had one more member of a quadrilateral, which is trapezoid. Trapezoid has a pair of parallel sides, opposite parallel sides. Again, just like the triangle, I better give you a height, which is inside here. It's not always, the height is not necessarily always inside the figure, but in this case it is. So this is H, and interestingly enough, in a trapezoid, the top, though it is on the top side, this is called base 1, right? And this is called base 2. First base, second base, right? And that's really pretty much all you need. Area of a parallel trapezoid is, you would add base of 1 plus base of 2. The reason why we label them base of 1 and 2 are to distinguish one from the other. They're not the same B values, okay? You would sum them up and then multiply the sum by the height. The height right here. And then divide the whole thing by 2. That is how you find the area of a trapezoid. Okay? All right, number 5. Last but not least, I have a parallelogram. Okay? Parallelogram has a pair of opposite sides that are parallel. That is one pair of opposite sides that are parallel, right? And this is a second pair, like that. All right? Now, you know how parallelogram and the rectangle, they look, they're pretty much the closest, like they're the siblings, whereas other ones are like cousins, I want to call them. So this is, instead of length, I want to call this base. Just like triangle and trapezoid. And base times on the other side, no. That's a common mistake, okay? It's actually base times height. So area of a parallelogram is B times H. That's it. That is how you find parallelogram area. Hope you guys know how to spell parallelogram. Oh, I ran out of space. Let me try one more time. Okay. Oh, eraser. Eraser. Here we go. Let me try spelling it one more time. Parallels, gram. We're good? So these are all the five basic area formulas that you guys must know, should know by now, right? These are all 5th grade math. Okay. So here we go. Number 6. Then we have area of a circle. Area of a circle. I need black. Here we go. Here's my circle. When I give you a circle and I want you to find the area of it, I better give you 1 radius or diameter. Obviously, you guys know that diameter is double R, right? Or in other words, radius is half the diameter. But anyways, in this case, area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay? And this is circle area formula. Wonderful. So in 6th grade, I'm going to have to ask you to multiply pi by substituting 3.14 for it. So let me create a problem right on the spot. So here's my, I need to find pen. So here's my circle. Radius 3 inches, for example. Okay? Area of this circle is pi r squared. Just always write the formula out. And then pi is 3.14, right guys? Times, what is r? R is 3. So just plug in. Take your time and just plug in. So 3, and what should happen to 3? You should square that. Now, all of you, take a look at this. Can you please try to perform GEMDAS correctly and evaluate this expression? Think about it. GEMDAS says, GEMDAS, says to perform what first? Grouping first, right? I don't see any grouping, so what's next? Exponents. Isn't this first? Doesn't that come after? Doesn't that come before the multiplication? So let's do exponent first, which is 9. So now it becomes 3.14 multiplied by 9. Okay? Let's do vertical multiplication. 3.14 multiplied by 9. We are not lining up any point, the decimal point, okay? It's all about, it's like as if you multiply 314 by 9. We talked about this over and over again. 4 times 9, 36, carry 3, and then 12, and that is 28, I believe. And because there are, watch carefully, 2 decimal places, you would bring the decimal point that is behind the ones 1, 2 to the left. Right there is your answer. So that is 28.26. What's the unit of this problem? The unit is inches. But we just found the area, right? Therefore, the area of the circle is 28.26 inch squared, because we multiplied this radius by itself. We multiply dimension by another dimension. So therefore, unit must be inch squared. Okay? So far, that's how you find the area of different shapes. I'm going to cover one more thing, which is, and I'm going to create another video on how to find the surface area of a 3D solids. Right now, we're doing 2D. Next is perimeter. Say there's a square, there's a rectangle, there's a star, Yeah, okay, fine. Crazy, shape, anything, right? What it means to find a perimeter of a shape is that you just need to add 1, 2, 3, 4 lengths. Same thing for even for this rectangle. You just need to add 1, 2, 3, 4 lengths. Same thing. Finding perimeter of a figure means find the distance around it. Distance around? Distance around? Hold on a sec. Distance around. It means you're adding all the lengths. You're adding all the side lengths. That's what it means. So, for example, so I give you a triangle looking like that, right? And I say this is 4 inches, you guys. And this is 7 inches. These are totally made up lengths. And guess what? I want to make this one 8 inches. And I go, you know what else I want to give you? I might as well just give you a height of it. Make it perpendicular. And I go, hey, this is 3 inches. All right? When I say, hey guys, find the perimeter, what numbers are you going to add? Think about it. Think before you start adding. Isn't it 4, 7, 8? Does that include 3 inside? No way. It is NO. No, why would you add everything I give you? You got to think before you add and subtract, okay? So, it is 4 inches plus 7 inches plus 8 inches, right? That is 19 inches, if I'm not wrong. All right. Does that make sense? Same with trapezoid. You know what? Let me do a parallelogram. Parallelogram. Okay, fine. Can you guys find the perimeter? Perimeter. What did I say? Distance around it, right? Around. We're adding everything. And I go, just to trick you, I go, hey, guys, the height of this parallelogram is 2 inches. Will that count towards calculating the perimeter of this parallelogram? No way. That's not a side length. That's just a dimension. It's a dimension inside the parallelogram. It's a height, length of a height. So again, for this one, I'm going to make this up. Okay, so 4 inches and 9 inches. What's the perimeter? You're adding 4 inches, 9 inches. That's not it. There's another 4 inches here because they're opposite sides, right? You guys have to keep thinking. You should never stop thinking when you're doing your math. And then the opposite one is another 9 inches. What does that give you? It gives you 8 inches plus 18 inches, which is 26 inches in total. I did not add the height 2 inches at all. That wasn't even counted towards finding the perimeter. Please think before you perform the operation, okay? So that's pretty much it. That's all I actually want to include in this video, and I'll go ahead and make a new video on surface area only because some of you guys needed to review. Oh my goodness, how could I forget this? Is that number 3? Guys, is that number 3? Yeah, it is number 3. So example number 3. Before we did how to find the area of a circle, right? Here we go. How about perimeter of a circle? That doesn't make sense. We don't call distance around a circle perimeter. Guess what we call that? That's right. We call that circumference. Okay? We call that circumference of a circle. What's the formula? C equals 2 pi r. What if I give you a diameter? It is pi d. It doesn't matter what I give you. I know it works out pretty conveniently. If I give you a radius, you would choose to work with this formula. If I give you diameter, you just chose to work with that one. But then even if I give you diameter and I tell you to find the area, you would just know to divide diameter by 2 to find the radius. Okay? All right. Anyways, Summer wants to use green, so I'm going to go ahead and use green. Haha. So here we go. Circumference. 2 times 3.14 times, what's the radius? 5 inches. Oh my goodness. We mentioned this several times. It is totally okay to cross, like multiply across like that. Okay. So 2 times 5 gives you 10. Multiply that by 3.14. You're not going to do 3.14 by 10 ever again. Ever. Never ever. Please. I feel so offended. If you don't practice what I teach you, what's the point of taking my lessons? So here we go. Times 10. Whenever you multiply anything, especially a decimal number, by a power of 10, you got to use the concept. Concept says each digit is represented by the power of 10. Therefore, multiplying a decimal 3.14 by 10 means moving the decimal point to the right. Why right? Because we're multiplying. Number is increasing to the right. One digit, one jump, one digit. Why? Because it's just 10, 0. Therefore, answer becomes 31.4. I asked you to find the circumference, right? Circumference is distance around... I ran out of space. Circumference means distance around the circle. Distance. Therefore, it's simply inches. Ta-da! All right, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned, really, okay? It never hurts to relearn things, okay? Because this is going to keep coming up until high school. All right, let me go ahead and create a whole new video on how to find the surface area of all these cool 3D solids. Good job, guys. Way to listen carefully and actively. See you tomorrow. Actually, in a bit, in a new video. Bye. End video, end.